is on platelets. Okay? Platelets are the cells which is present on the blood. Okay? This is also one form of formed element. You can note it down what I am writing on the board. Okay? So platelets is called as formed element of the blood. So platelet is having an important function which is called as blood clotting. Okay? So the function of platelet is blood clotting. Now we are going to see about the structure of a platelets, how these platelets are going to activate and it arrests the bleeding. Okay? So whenever you get an injury to the tissues and to the blood vessels, automatically the platelets will start activating. Okay? So how much of time does it take for a platelet to get activated? What is your guess of activation of platelets? 1 to 2 minutes. In 1 to 2 minutes, our blood will start a clotting, coagulation. So what is the actual minute of activation of platelets is 15 to 20 seconds. In 15 to 20 seconds, your platelet will start activating and it will start arresting the bleeding. Okay? And now we are going to see about the structure of platelets. Actually, the structure of platelet is called as discoid shape. This is a discoid shape. So you can have this as an outer surface and this as an inner surface. So comparing to other cells, the platelet have an important structural abnormality which is called as lack of nucleus. Okay, so platelets doesn't have nucleus, but it have a cytoplasm. The platelets will have cytoplasm, and at the top of the platelets you will have a receptors. Receptors on the surface of the platelets. This receptors will join with the damaged endothelium to form a clot. Okay? That is the main purpose of having this receptor. And you also have some proteins inside it which is called as actin and myosin. For example, I have drawn like this, which is called as actin and myosin. These are the contractile proteins present on the platelets. These two is called as contractile protein. What is contraction? What is the meaning of contraction? The size of a cell gets decreased. So this actin and myosin proteins which is present on the platelets will help for the blood cells to contract and to make the bleeding less. That is the main purpose. And it also have as usual what are the cells component is present? Mitochondria, Golgi apparatus and etc. will be present. Only the nucleus is absent. And it have main two granules which is called as alpha granule. What is the meaning of granule? What is the meaning of granule? Granules are the a small nodule-like structure which is present inside a cell and it can release certain chemicals. As you have seen, it will release certain chemical mediators like cytokines, and whatever you see in pathology is released from the granules. As like we have shown in WBC, what are the granulocyte cells in WBC? Eosinophils, neutrophils, basophils, which contains granules. As like that, the platelets also contains alpha granules and beta granules. This alpha granules will produce ADP and serotonin. These alpha granules will produce ADP and serotonin. These are the chemical signals. Okay. Likewise, the dense granules will also produce. What does this means? It is a platelet growth activating factor. Like that, it will be producing certain chemicals. These are the chemicals which is secreted by these two granules. So once the platelet is get activated, automatically these two granules will release its content into a blood. Okay. Normally our blood vessels have all the forms of RBC, WBC, platelets. Everything will be traveling inside this blood vessel at the center. So how is the structure of blood vessel is? The blood vessels will have a collagen surface. This surface is called as collagen surface, and you have an endothelial surface at the top. This is called as endothelial surface. This is called as collagen surface. Okay, and inside it your blood vessels will be traveling. So this is a normal process. Whenever there is a damage to the tissue surrounding the blood vessel or directly on the blood vessels. So you can see these are some tissues surrounding the blood vessels. For example, I am drawing. These are the tissues surrounding blood vessels. So when I get some injury, my cells as well as the collagen layers will get damaged. If I get a cut in the knife, okay, my adjacent tissues, my collagen, my basement membrane, everything is getting damaged. What will be coming from here? Blood will be oozing from this side. This is what happening when you get some damage. So to make the blood to stop from flowing out, automatically the platelets will get activated. So where is the platelet is traveling? The platelet is traveling at the center of the blood vessel. It starts coming to the margin. And the platelets will coagulate this area. The platelets will clump together and will arrest the bleeding. Okay? There are three forms of activation of platelets, which is called as, first one is called as adhesion. Adhesion means attachment. So the platelets will start attaching with the basement layer and the collagen surface. Okay? Second one is activation. So once it attached to the basement membrane and the collagen, it will start activating. That means what? The granules will start releasing its content into the blood. Okay? Next is called as aggregation. Aggregation means this is a single platelet. It will start activating the adjacent platelets also. So many platelets will start clump together and will form an arrest. All this which will happen within 15 to 20 seconds. And also, what is the normal platelet count in your body is 2 lakhs to 5 lakhs per cubic millimeter. This much of platelets will be present in your body. And what is the lifespan of platelets is about 7 to 8 days. In 7 to 10 days, the platelets will start decreasing and new platelets will be produced. So actually the platelets is produced mainly from the liver and the bone marrow. Liver and bone marrow helpful for production of platelets. Okay? And it will start destroying in the spleen. Okay? In spleen, the platelets will destroy after 10 days and new platelets will be produced. What is the function of platelet? If the equation, it is helpful for blood clotting. For blood clotting, the platelets undergo 3 different stages. The stages are adhesion, activation and aggregation. In adhesion, it uses certain molecules to attach with the endothelial surface and the collagen surface. In activation, it will start releasing the granules, and in aggregation, it will cause other platelets to join, clump together and arrest the bleeding. Okay? Any doubts here?